Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Chamberlain, the Air Force guy, RV extraordinaire, here at Southland RV to show you the all-new, brand-new 2025.5, really, Imagine XLS. This is the 22 MLE. Now, for more information on this camper or any others, reach out to me, get my contact information down below, as well as the specifications for this camper. Now, I'm also going to be going over the differences because they've made quite a few of changes, and I want to go ahead and point those out as we're going around. So please do like, subscribe, and comment. Doesn't cost you a dime, and will help with the algorithm, but I appreciate all your support. So let's get started. So this thing is just a little over 26 feet. So I think it's 26 foot 1 or 2 inches. Nice thing is, I'll show you when we get to it, at the door, that is where they actually put the length as well as the cargo carrying capacity. So the difference, take a look at that front cap. You liking the change? And of course on the side, they also put this decal and changed up the swooshes a little bit. Now we're going to start with the inside first, and we'll come back outside here after this. But if you're looking on any of the Grand Designs, right here, see, 26 foot 1 inch is where they tell you the actual length. Now as you come in, the difference is going to be in this floor. Some other difference that they have that you're going to notice is these here. Notice how they don't have the valances over them anymore. Makes it a lot easier for you to get to them. Now I wanted to show you what it looked like with the slide out in. I know that most people don't do that for you, but you can see you have plenty of room, as you can see, to get through here. Let me go back to the other side here. So, you know, if you want to use your kitchen, you still have room to use your kitchen, the sink that is. Get anything there. You can sit at the dinette, you can sit on the recliners, and of course the bathroom is accessible as well. But now let's put out the slide and show you. But by the way, this is a, you see the type of slide very similar to the Swintech. Make sure that you hold the button until it's all the way out when you're putting that out. So let's put it out here. Now the key is, you see how the lights blinked? Hold that button until you hear all both the motors cut off. That is the key to putting out one of these slides. And make sure you have good battery power. So now take a look at all that floor space. Really does open it up. Now this does have, you know, it's all open here, but the nice thing they have with this is a Grand Design exclusive. This is a soundproof curtain that they have that goes around that bed if you need to. But that is a queen bed, queen size bed, meaning it's 60 by 80, residential queen. So your residential sheets at home will fit on it. Now there is storage under the bed here. Now with that being said, though, keep in mind you put a heavier mattress on there, it might not stay up as well. You might have to upgrade the struts that you put up underneath here. So keep that in mind, but good storage up underneath here. And by the way, this slides back and forth. To push it down, just push on top of the mattress. Makes it much easier to push it back down. Both sides, you're going to have the little cubbies on the sides that give you 110 and then USB. So it's USB and the USB-C ports. These are pretty cool. So push it once, blue light. Push it again, reading light. And that's on both sides. And both sides will have you have the hanging and little drawers. I mean, they're not very deep, but they're functional, right? And then up top, and it goes all the way across, as you can see. Now the lights on the ceiling, these things are dimmable, and all you will do is, by the way, this is, you know, when I was doing the slide, it's right in here. You see, we have low battery power right now, but you have exterior lights, interior, but if you push and hold this, it will dim. Now, something I was trying to show you when I was plugged into a battery is how these lights dim. And so if you're pushing and holding, it could be your lights for outside, meaning your awning lights, or inside. So all you're doing is push and hold this, and the lights in the ceiling, I'm plugged in now. See how much brighter it is? And then the longer you hold it, it'll go back to being, it's going to go down. Now it's going dim. Let go, push it again, and it's going to come back to being bright. I was unable to show that when I was out there. Something else I want to show you. Notice how this is a different recliner. The other one just had it, and I'll go back to it again. This doesn't have the two cup holders in the middle. It has your cup holders on the end. Both manual recliners, but this one has the heat, the vibration, and the lights. As you can see, the lights on it, okay? But in the newer models, you're not going to see this seat. So that is something you're not going to see. Next, something else I want you to see. See how bright it is in that bedroom there? What it has is, it has a light switch right here to shut off. So you can see the light is running all the way across that. Now I'm plugged into power now, so it's much brighter than it was when I was on the battery. I can also, in this one, now that I'm plugged into power, let me go ahead and turn on this air conditioner. So all we do is you push this button, it lights up, and now it's on mode. I'm going to go ahead and turn the mode to cool, turn the fan. Now I run fan in high, not in auto high. Now the fan is on, the AC is on. Matter of fact, let me make sure that I'm going to turn down the temperature. Oh no, it is, it's set to 60. That's how loud it is. I'm standing underneath the air conditioner. So the benefit there is, as you're sitting here watching TV, this is what you hear. Like I say, I have the same air conditioner in my Transcend, and I understand I took out my Furrion and put that in, but that's what it sounds like. And also, if you want to make it even a little bit quieter but have more air coming out your vents, you go ahead and put an RV airflow in there or something like that. But what that does is that negates. Right now I can open this and have that cold air blowing on me. This is what they call the quick cool feature. But once you put those RV airflows in there, that negates that. You're not going to be able to use that anymore. So hopefully that helps. So if you have an Imagine 2025 22 MLE that's built basically from November of 2024 and earlier, this is the type of recliners you're going to see on it. So it doesn't have the cup holders on the end, but it does have the center section that does pull down, that has the USB ports in it. So that is the big difference that you're going to see. So the older ones are that other one that I showed you. So they're right back in this area here. We're low battery power, but if you push and hold this, it tells you right there. Push and hold monitor panel switches to adjust brightness. So you're able to do that. Your awning, put it out, in, slide in and out, exterior light, water pump, check your levels. Oh, that's your battery power. Check the different levels. It tells you what it is. And it connects to your phone. And then of course JBL stereo, Bluetooth actually. Good size TV. Nice thing with that TV, it's directly across from where you're sitting. Now I know I get a lot of people that ask me, Paul, gosh, but that AC is right there. How much that going to create a problem? I can tell you, I have a Transcend with a Coleman Mach AC. That is the quietest AC on the market. Well, I say it's the quietest one that's like this anyway. You do have quick cool features, which will make it a little louder. But now if you put one of those RV airflows in there, that makes it even quieter. It negates, you're not going to be able to use these anymore because all the air is going to be put out to the ducts, increases your airflow about almost 50%. So, but dinette booth, and that does collapse down to a bed. All you're going to do is unlock both of those, push it down, get the cushions out of the way, and then I tell you, put the big cushions in the middle and put the little cushions on the ends, and it makes quite a nice size bed. Someone's got to curl up like a baby, really. By the way, you do have a little shoe cubby right here on this end, and you see there's a little light switch right here. That is for this light right there, a little night light, and it is sensor oriented, so that way there you're going to be able to see where you're walking at night or where you're coming in through the door. Of course, the recliners do have, you push this, that's going to be your little charging ports for your phones. If you don't want to have that down, that does fold back up in case you guys want to get together a little bit closer, or you want to stretch out on that. Maybe your dog wants to get up there. Whatever the case may be, it's there. They've got the new lights up here and the switches right here. As I mentioned earlier, as far as notice how they don't have the valances, but now it makes it a lot easier for you to get these. I don't know how many of you all had the problems trying to get those things down from behind the valance. Some of those things are real bare. My fingers aren't small enough for me to do that. Furrion 12-volt refrigerator freezer, as you can see here. This one does not come with an ice maker. I know some do. Counter space, you get some good counter space for when you're cooking here, and a lot of storage. Now you do have a 110 outlet right up here, as you can see, but you have storage here. By the way, I didn't turn on the light up above there. You also have a light there to give you light on the counter, and then you have the lights here giving you the blue lights as well as in there, but you can have it where it's just the blue lights off or both lights. Now what I like about the new Furrion ovens is, or these things anyway, is if you ever left one of these on, notice how it's red. So you're able to see that. So you'll see that before you smell the LP. Mine just stays blue. So that's pretty cool. But storage up there, full extension drawer glides. So you've got those. You get your big pot and pan drawer down here. Right? Of course, that oven, I didn't mention, that oven is large enough to cook a 20-pound turkey. Okay? Just gonna need to cook it half at a time. And then you only have, that's kind of deceiving the way the doors are, right? But that's so you get to the back of the, that's going to be the water pump in that area, and then storage. So, but all the diagrams are there. And then you have two more drawers here. And you have the little thing that goes up here on the sink. Heat ducts are running through there. Notice how the heat ducts are not on the floor. Trust me, this furnace will blow you out of here. The auto detect converter system, the benefit with that is, by the way, that's where your breakers and fuses are. All you do is push this, it opens up sideways though, but you can see what they are. They're all listed. But now if you were to get a lithium battery, you can do that. The only thing you want to do is when you put the lithium battery on there, make sure, I would tell you, you want to deplete the battery, turn off the converter itself, which is the second button here. Turn off your converter, so that way there, drain your battery and then turn it on. That way there, the converter will know how much to charge that battery. If you don't do that first, then it's not going to know how to charge it, and it won't charge all the way. Now, remember I told you I was going to tell you about the differences. So we talked about the blinds. Inside here, you have the magnetic for holding your doors, and see, it's a soft close. Now the drawers are not a soft close, but they're magnetically held in place. Mach AC system here. I'll do a how-to video on that here, so stay tuned. Pocket door for the bathroom. Now the nice thing is with that bathroom, see, if somebody's in that and you're sitting out here, they could be sitting in there, still be private, and leave the door open if they needed to. Okay, that's a nice thing. But still pretty good size room in there. And then of course the Furrion on-demand water heater. Now the way this thing works, you set it to wherever you want it from a temperature standpoint, just turn the hot water on, and that's how you use it. Sink, medicine cabinet. See, now these are in all the campers, okay? They don't install them at the factory because where do you want it? You might not want it in there like I didn't. And that way there they can put it where you want it if you want it somewhere. There you go there. I would step in the shower, but they winterize and it's a mess. But be sure to check out this specially imported Italian tile. I think they do a phenomenal job with that. Now they say they've upgraded this here. It's not spring loaded as much. I don't trust it myself. That's just me. It's supposed to go back slow like that. Sometimes it doesn't. But the nice thing with that, if you want it, that's great. But if you don't like it, you always put just a spring bar right inside and put a shower curtain. And then you put one on outside if you want a decorator curtain. And it works well. That's what the wife and I did. And we have had no issues whatsoever. But now let's get outside and take a look at what's outside. So I think I hit everything on the inside. You've got the magnets on the cabinets. You've got the flooring. You've got the blinds. That's what's different on the inside. And then of course these type lights up here. So that's what's kind of different on the inside. On the outside, let's talk about what's different on the outside. One thing they're doing when they ship the tires, these are, by the way, Goodyear Endurances. By the way, don't buy into that stuff about China bombs and all that stuff. I'm going to be actually interviewing a guy that has 50 years experience with tires, and we're going to explain things so that keep you from having issues that other people have. But these, they put balance beads in them so the tires are balanced by the time they get to the dealer. Actually, sooner than that, but anyway, that's kind of a nice little feature. Now, also on the side, something I love about this is a pretty big awning, and notice how you're going to open that door all the way, and you're not going to have, like, if it's raining, less chance of you getting rain on. Some of those, they end right at the door and you can't, it's really a pain. But the fact that they have this center awning support right there, that center awning support, when you put this away, let me put this awning away here and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So as it comes back up in here, it's going to go ahead and catch right on that. And see how it's sitting? It is sitting right on that center awning support. So that way there, it's not bouncing as you go down the road. Now it does have LED lights. Nice thing about where they place that, you can still use it while you have the awning away. But the downside is they're white lights. You're probably not going to do it when it's warm out, because that will create issues. Now, on this side, you have your fresh water tank. This is where you fill it. Anytime you see where the fresh water tank is a fill, that's where the dump is going to be, right there underneath. So you look right under here. Here's the dump for the fresh water tank. Here are the overflow valves for the fresh water. So if you're filling it, now if you're filling it from here, you're going to see it come out of here. You might see some come out of there too, but I'll talk about those when we get on the other side. If you want 110 outlet, cable outlet, in case you want to watch some TV out here, sprayer port right here, and this is your black tank rinse. Now also right under here, this is where your low point drains are. I would highly recommend you open them every time you're done camping and you're going to set it away for a while. Your on-door side for your LP, so you want to have a grill or something, or maybe one of those little fire pits that on gas, you're able to do so. On the back, it's set up for the Furrion rear observation camera. Notice I did not say backup camera. Backup cameras are only for when you're backing up. You want to be able to see what's going down the road, what's going on behind you as you're going down the road. These have manual stabilizers. Folks, I don't know about you, but me personally, I love the manual stabilizers. I just use a screw gun with a 3/4 inch socket, and it puts them down, and then I'm able to put a little bit more weight on them. But more importantly, you know, those electric stabilizers, if it's the one that's connected, I had a customer of mine, he had it hit road debris, he had to replace it. It was $1,200 or $1,500. Heck, if you damage one of these, it's like 50 bucks to replace it. Whole heck of a lot of difference. This does have a hitch receiver on the rear. Folks, now keep in mind, maximum 250 pounds. It's not rated for towing. You know, you can put bikes back here, you can put a mother-in-law seat, things of that nature. And then let me show you what's on the roof here. Of course, I'm going to need to shut this off and get up there. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is what it looks like up on the roof here. Nice and clean. It's a walkable roof, so you can get up here. You can get up here if you want to stand up here. Maybe you're going to go to a race. You want to sit up here, bring up a piece of carpet, lay up here. You're able to do so. But now let's talk about the differences. The main difference is the fact that you have a 200-watt solar panel. In 2024, it was 165. When they first came out with the 2025s, it was a 180-watt solar panel. Now, it is a 200-watt solar panel. So that's what we got there, and that is a GoPro solar panel. Of course, your air conditioner, all your vents for the different tanks, the vents for the roof itself. You got the antenna, and then of course the skylight in the bathroom there. So let's get down and continue. All right, now folks, if I can get up and down that, you're going to have no problem. I'll tell you that right now. Now let's talk about the Furrion. This is the on-demand water heater. Now There are 3 issues that you might have with this. One being the fact that you don't open your propane bottle, so it's not going to light. 2, if you have low pressure on the water, it's not going to work. In the case that that happens, what I would tell you to do is put water in your freshwater tank, use your water pump. That'll solve that issue. 3, if it's raining, you might have water getting in here. That will create an issue. Get one of those screens. It's the same type of screen that, you know, the round ones that you put over one of those. Just get a round screen, put on that. I am told, I have not experienced this, but I'm told that that solves the problem 95% or better of the time. So hopefully that helps some of you. This is where you're gonna be dumping your tanks, which is right here. Notice it's black tank, gray tank, and all comes out the same area. So this is what the slide out looks like, and this is what it looks like underneath. Notice you have a little blue light right here. So that way there at night, if you're over here, at least you're gonna be able to see something and it's not attracting the bugs. Vent coming out from over the stovetop. Notice the tinted windows, but you can open them and actually be able to get some airflow with those. You know, you have your 6,995 pounds is your gross vehicle weight rating, but you have a cargo carrying capacity of 1,517 pounds. So subtract that from the 699, let's say 7,000 pounds, you're at about 5,500 pounds. So now remember I showed you that sprayer port on the other side? That's what this is for. You can also use that here for your outside shower. Now folks, I just had a customer come in and they didn't remember me telling them this, but this is very important because I know on some of the Grand Design Facebook pages, people are having problems with bugs getting in. They're coming up right through there, folks. Get yourself some brass wool, put it in there, put your hose up here, bring your cable up, and put the brass wool in there, and then close this. They're not coming through that brass wool, folks. Now when you disconnect, pull the hose and the cable out, put the brass wool down there, close this, leave it in there. You want brass wool, not steel wool. Steel wool will rust, brass wool will not. City water connection. Remember I talked to you about the tank fill on the other side. Remember we talked about those overflows, those blue that's on the other side, that where you put your sewer hose, goes across, but it's over on the other side over there. But what happens is when you're filling here, hook your water hose up here, city water, that you open a spigot, it's gonna come out. Now when you wanna go ahead and fill up your fresh water tank, because you're gonna need it, take the pressure off the hose before you turn this to tank fill. Otherwise you could damage the system. Same thing when you're done filling the tank. By the way, you'll see those blue lines, the water will be coming out of the top. Close this back, get the pressure off, put it back to city. Now also, keep in mind one other thing. In the event that you fill up your fresh water tank and travel down the road, there is a possibility of the water shaking. It could go ahead and siphon out of there. Now you remember I showed you those lines, they don't have a shut off. Now you could put one on there. The reason why they don't put it on there was because the fact that if they did and you had them shut and you filled the water from right here, it would bulge the tank and create an issue. So keep that in mind if you decide to do that. But that's all right there. You have the light switch here. That would be, this light switch is gonna be for back there, that blue light that's back there. And then this light switch is right here that goes across there, but that is a sensor light. It'll have a sensor on both sides. The light is continuous all the way across, and that's a lot of space in there, isn't it? You do have your, this is your charge controller coming off your solar panels. Solar disconnect. You disconnect that if you didn't want it to charge, like let's say you're undercover or something. And then of course you're gonna wanna disconnect your battery when you're not plugged in to power, when you're not needing to have the 12-volt power, or when you're towing down the road, that's when you're going to want to have it on. Disconnect it when you're not. 110 outlets here, so if you have a heated water hose or something you wanted to charge in here, you could. And notice the inverter prep, that's something new as well. So the wires are back behind there. It's already set up for the inverter prep. So that is that. So let me close that door there. 30-pound tanks. Let me show you something underneath on that too. Now, I absolutely love this feature. Now, contrary to what some people might tell you, these are automatic switchover tanks, meaning that once you connect it and you open a tank and you have the other tank open, it will automatically switch over. I'll do a video on that explaining as well. By the way, that is not how you set it. Whatever tank it's pointing to, that's the tank it's sensing. But you don't need this anymore to notice whether the tank is full or not, because look what they have now. They have these here. So now you're able to open up the top if you can get these things undone. It's a little bit tough for me. It's a little cold out here today, but you're able to look at that through the top and see if your tank is empty. That way then you'll know whether or not to switch this over to the other tank, which is cool. Now, when you're putting this on, you can see how they have this little bungee cord. Make sure you latch it on this other side. Otherwise, you can find that you get to your destination and your tank cover's gone. Now, when you're putting your 7-way plug away, I always do this because it's out of way. The rain's not going to get in it. They put this thing here. I don't know. I probably wouldn't use it, but in the event that you want to, it's kind of hard with the way the thing's bent. But this thing goes in here. I'm getting them there. It's in my way there, but this will just slide in there. I need 2 hands. The chain's in the way. That's in the way it's bending. But I just do that, and that keeps it clean anyway. But power tongue jack, you got a light that's on it, and then of course raising it, getting it off your truck or leveling it. So again, storage on this side, that's where you get into it. So what are your thoughts? That is it for the 2022 MLE. Let me know in the comments down below what you're thinking. I do appreciate you watching, and I love to see the comments and hearing what your thoughts are. Give me your input. And if there's something else you'd like me to either demo, if there's something you'd like me to cover on my podcast, somebody you'd like me to interview for my podcast, put that down in the comment below, and I'll be back at you again soon. Take care.